Hello students, uh, let's coming to the first topic of unit 3, the introduction about JavaScript. Now so far we have seen about HTML like hypertext markup language, CSS, that is cascade, style sheet. Okay, now coming to another part of technology called JavaScript. Now before you are going to design any website, you need to learn some of the technologies, and I would say basically the four technologies you need to learn. First one is HTML, second is CSS, okay, third is JavaScript, and fourth is server side scripting languages. Now the server side scripting languages we'll discuss later, and will in this lecture I'm going to give you the basics about only about the JavaScript. So we'll discuss it one by one. The first point is JavaScript is dynamic programming language. So whatever we have seen before like HTML, CSS, it was a static programming language. Okay, now whereas the JavaScript is a dynamic programming language. In a static programming language, web pages were not interactive, they do not react to the events. Okay, now let's come to the second point. It is very powerful client side scripting language. So we just call it a client side scripting language just because the programming or scripting is done at the client side, okay, at the web browser side. So whatever the programming we are going to do, we will do it at the uh, client side or the web browser side. Now third point is to add interactivity to HTML inside the browser itself, JavaScript was developed. Now with the help of JavaScript you can make your web page more lively and more interactive. That means whatever the page you are going to design using HTML, okay, if you include JavaScript also, then what will be the benefit? The benefit will be like your web page will become more lively and more interactive in nature. Now the fourth point is it is also being widely used in game development and mobile application development. So whatever the game applications or mobile applications we are using, like everything, okay, it is mainly using the concept of Java. Now the question is why we study about the JavaScript. Okay, just because if you want to create any web page effectively, you need to know some of the basic things. Okay, some of the basic technologies you need to know, as we have discussed in the in the starting time also, that like you need to know about the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and server side programming languages. But server side programming languages we are not going to uh, discuss here. We'll discuss it later on. So here the first thing we'll discuss like HTML. HTML is to define the content of web pages. Now the content of web pages means whatever the matter or information you want to display on your web pages. Now it is with the help of HTML. Now CSS is used to specify the layout of web pages. Okay, now the CSS is dealing with the layout of web pages, means how the matter will look like or how the page contents will look like. Okay, these things will be managed by the CSS. Third is JavaScript, to program the behavior of web pages. Now you just suppose that we have a web page. Okay, we have different contents over the web pages, like buttons also. So if I click on one content or button, okay, just say we navigate to another page, or how I am going to navigate to the next page. These all things will be explained by the JavaScript. Now the JavaScript is not only used in web pages but also many desktop and server programs, okay, use JavaScript. For example, node.js. Now .js is a JavaScript extension. So whatever the files we are going to use, okay, we'll just save it in the form of dot with the extension of .js. Okay, file name. Now after file name you will include .js. JS stands for JavaScript. This node.js is a file called node with an extension .js. Now the database like Mango database, Couch database, also we use JavaScript as their programming language. Okay.